season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
They'll give it here to his running back. He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
To throw is Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This is fielded at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down at about the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Here we go, G. Get off the field. Let's go. 44 is Mike. 44 is Mike. Check, check. It's coming this way. Coming this way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Kick the edge. Kick the edge. Come, come. Go. Let's go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's going to... They've got his man complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. A huge play there for Chicago. And even 40 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45.
44, Mike, 44. Ready, go.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog. Crouchy and spill. Joker. 49, check 49, check 49. Bang, bang. Ready.
On 2nd down. It's Austin, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Set. 90. Pull. C6. Set. Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check.
Now they try the right side here. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks 30. Now that carry just did something significant as well. It pushed him past Jerome Bettis on the NFL all-time rushing list. The bus had 13,662.
And not every carry you get in the NFL is going to be open field, right? A place you can make your cuts. You've got to get some of those grimy yards, don't you? You got to go inside and run through people, just as Jerome Bettis did. That's what we've seen him do as well.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They just get the play off. Now Mariota throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mariota, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
How about that run? Picks up a 1st down. Note the enthusiasm in my voice. Remember, last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I think he's trying to get another one in the fold.
And you talked, watching film, a lot about his form and just hitting the hole, running north and south, as we like to say. And I think he's been doing that a lot recently.
Squaring those shoulders and getting downhill.
Switch.
Right back to him on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now Mariota. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Past the 20. 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
At the Seahawks 10-yard line.
Monk's 56.
So don't say nothing.
On 2nd down now, it's Lynch. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2.
Come on, let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the inning, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
You better be afraid of me.
What he call? 132 fight. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Let's go.
Now a give, right side. It's Austin. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
Check the backer, check the backer. 44's the mic. 45.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo.
Back to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
Let's go.
Their own 36-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Watch the eye. Motion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, Hester. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And this one complete to Smith. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
Let's go. A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Chicago.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Austin. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Like Fofo.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Rush in. Fly up 64, weak. Go. 44 is the mic. 44 is the mic. You gonna get this boy? Ready.
On 2nd down, it's Austin, and an alley to run. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
First down.
Yeah. 44 44's the mic. 44's mic. Check, check. Night, night, sweetheart. 66. Bullet high. Back. Big edge. Hey, no.
They'll run on first down. It's Austin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Right there.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. That'll be caught by Hester. Touchdown, Chicago! A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Elliott good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's not gonna get me.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards, a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Watch the screen.
They'll run it now out of the gun. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 34. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. And his throw here's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But now it's 3rd down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
Check. Switch it. One. Check. Three.
from the shotgun. It's Mariota. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. Now a handoff looking right. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey. Hey. Got 4 down.
From the gun, Mariota. And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Thomas. As the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Austin. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh. 65. 65. Yep. 65. 44. 44. Mike. 44. I got you. Say it. You're all right, baby. Get this. You're all right. Deuce. Ready, go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Let's go.
First down and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mariota now. Thomas has got it, complete, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side, but how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Hey, let's get in that hole.
Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Watch the run. They're running it.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Check. Walk 54. I'm coming.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Run.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Under 10. 10. Check 24.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
You don't want this.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Let's go.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. But they're looking.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, puts a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check curls, check. Blue dot Porpoise. Jim. Bravo.
They'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Throwing to start the drive, but that one... So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And the ball is knocked out, and this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 15-yard line.
Ready? Blue ready.
Check, check. 54. I got you, boy. I got you.
Now they try the right side here.
I got you, boy.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Seahawks 14.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They'll try and run for it. Now the ball comes loose. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around. And he loses the football a 2nd time. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
44, Mike, 44. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Check 37. Recon, 132 fighting. Let's go.
On 1st down, it's Austin. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
Red. 16 half block. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Go.
Mike Popo. Man, I got you. 44 is the Mike. 44.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. On the ball. Popo's the Mike. Mike's Popo. 3 buzz. 44 is the Mike. Ready, go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
44, Mike, 44.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
44 is the Mike. 40. Check. Target. Popo's the Mike.
Ready.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the defense. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Check 3.
Where are they, team?
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, but it's going to be second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Motion.
To throw Mariota. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It'll be a gain of 6, and they're going to face a 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. They'll run on 1st down. It's Austin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Austin hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Right there, 56. Hey, check. 56.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Denzel Ward, the number 4 pick in the 2018 draft, making the tackle from his corner spot. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. Me and you all day. I'm coming after you.
There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And touchdown! Chris Godwin, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better.
And he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, "What do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out?" He said, "Oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two."
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at the 3. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo
exactly.
going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Seahawks.
Mike, 44. Go. All day. 44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Go. Check.
Back to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm going to come back to you. Orbit. 44. Mike, 44. I'm coming. 44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Squeeze, double. One
final shot. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch the run. Wow. 44. Mike, 44. Watch the backer. 44 is the Mike. 44 is Mike. Check. Ready, go.
They'll set up a throw. Flush to his right. Making the catch is Sternberger. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Toronto, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.